Welcome to our School of Parenting with Dr. Jole Nyeko. Today we are handling a topic on child development. And I want to start with a story of my mother. My mother, Elena, was a lady who never went to school. She was in the village, very rural village. But I learned a lot of lessons from her. In the way she was raising us, she raised 7 of us. Even by the time she died in 1985, 7 of us had already gone through school, despite all the challenges that she was facing, despite having a problem with the alcohol, with the poverty in the family, but she never abandoned her children. Even when her husband, my father, who died in 1983, left her because he was a polygamist and he had many other wives, she still did not abandon us. She kept up. She kept looking after us. And today I want to look at some of those factors that affect child growth, especially resulting from the parenting style of the mother, the father. Parents have the responsibility to look after their children. Children were never meant to raise themselves. They have no capacity, they have no ability to raise themselves. They need a parent to be able to look after them. The time they are abandoned and neglected, then they miss that stage of growth. In 1995, I established the Child Helpline. And that child helpline, I had put myself out to ensure that any other child who needs help can call me. And they did. But often I was disturbed by the people who called. Children who were being abandoned. Abandoned babies were being picked by the streets, by the in the toilets, in the pit latrines. And I would be like, how can somebody spend the 9 months pregnant and then you give birth to a baby and you abandon that baby? The abandoned babies took time. When we rescued them, they took time to be helped, to come out, to come back to reality, to come back to receive proper nutrition, to develop like another child. It was always very difficult. Child development is an interaction. It is a product of an interaction with an adult. Now, if you, the adult who brought forth the child, abandon and neglect that child, how do you expect that child to grow? The atmosphere in the home is very, very important. The environment, the social ambience in the home plays a great, great role in promoting the joy, the positiveness that really a child needs. Those positive words are very good and conducive for the children. The children definitely will have challenges in their emotional growth, in their development. A parenting style that is high on criticism, for example, and very low on warmth is very dangerous to a child. I repeat, a parenting style that is high on criticism and very low on warmth is very, very dangerous to a child. Because at a very early age, children learn from what they hear, what they experience, what they face, what they see, what they feel. That is what determines how they are going to develop, how their memory develops, how their brain develops, because they memorize. And if they memorize what is dangerous around the home, then it becomes very, very difficult for them. The principle I usually talk about is that children's pathways are established during a child's early years. The child's early years, when the child is still developing, when the child is below 8 years. Sometimes we say 8 is too late. If you are going to wait until your child is 8 and you think that's the time you are going to start working on your child, my friend, you are spending you have wasted a lot of your time. Though it may be too late, later in future, in the next videos, we may be talking about what happens when a child has gone astray. So you might miss this period when the child is before 8 years old, but sometimes it may not be too late. But my friend, let's start early to look after the children. Let's create an environment at home that is very encouraging, that is very developmental. That period is very, very important. In my parenting handbook, which I've been talking about, I provide steps that you can follow to give a child enough time so that children can have positive examples for you. The styles I talk about, I'll be mentioning them as we go on. You know, there are those ones where some people want to behave like a farmer, others want to be like an architect, others want to be like, they are too inquisitive, they are too questioning, but whatever your style will be about, like my mother, who was a very calm woman, and she always, sat and talked with us and told us some stories. She was encouraging. That is one style that you can use. Raising a child is like tending a garden. You plant, you fertilize, you irrigate, you weed, and you prune before getting the fruit. Quite sometimes, where the children will go wrong. You prune them, you correct them. But where they are doing well, you encourage them. No garden will grow automatically. I am a farmer and I know what it means to plant, to put a seed in the ground and you wait. But while waiting, you are watering, you are irrigating where it needs water, you are weeding, correcting. The same way a child needs that guidance. It's the same way a parent can be a farmer parent where you know what to do to your children. In that way, the children will grow, they will grow very well, and as you look to the future, you will see a future that will be promising. Please remember to subscribe and like our page, and remember what we have talked about today. What have we said? To be a positive parent, you need to treat your child the way you would have loved to be treated. You irrigate, you fertilize, you correct, you speak positively, you provide an environment at home that is so conducive to the child, where a child would also always be saying, I'm glad that those are my parents. They can be proud of us, knowing that we have provided a very, very positive environment. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube. Please like, share, give us a comment. Give us your experiences, give us your testimonies, or if you have any questions, please share with us so that we are able to handle as we train the parent to parent.